It is Color Folk and Anime, where we talk about anime from a colorful perspective. Oh, I am really loud right now. I'm hot, coming in hot. I'm with a couple folks, a few friends here. I got Kris here.
Hi.
Got Jordan here.
Yo.
And the newest member of the Rockefeller team, or the CFA team, Malcolm in the building. Friend of the show. He just for the pod listeners, he just put two fingers in front of the camera, so he's checked in.
That's the plug to go watch us on YouTube.
Right, please. Hakeem is not able to be with us, not feeling well, so he'll be missing this show. Couple things: subscribe to our YouTube, please. Like, subscribe every video. That helps us go up the algorithm. That helps people that are like you who like this video are able to see it and like this video as well. Subscribe to every podcast where every podcast are heard. Also, follow us on Instagram because we're popping over there apparently.
We got past 100 followers on Instagram.
Ooh, we fancy.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, we're kind of famous or whatever.
We're officially legit now.
Right. You got to go check out the Mike Daniels interview.
Mike Daniels interview.
Yes.
So I never asked this, like, how was the trip up there and all of that stuff? Like,
so the trip was cool, and we chatted for a long time. Like, just kind of like just shooting the shit. And it was cool. He was super cool people. Knows so much about anime. I was like, Malcolm, I feel like I don't know shit. Like, I was like, how am I gonna carry a conversation?
Yeah.
He's got a long history with the art form kind of thing. Just as a fan. So I kept being like, damn, I wish Jordan was here because he'd be knowing about all this shit.
Hey, I heard him talk about Yu Yu Hakusho in the clip. I was like, my guy.
Yeah, he had a couple in there that he was talking about that were older.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a good conversation.
Yeah,
it's good. He wants to do an episode with us too. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be done. Say less, as the kids say. Or another thing, you know what? I just found this. I'm old now. I just figured out what ice in my vein. Like, so that thing there. I just figured out where that came from.
That's from what's his face?
D'Angelo Russell, the basketball player.
That's what it's from.
He first person that did it ever. And
see, I saw a TikTok which I liked better. That they were like, oh, the origins, and it had the fifth Hokage. What's his face? Gramps, or was he the third? No, he's the third. The third and the fifth, whatever. And he was like fighting. What's his face? Where he was fighting. Why am I blanking on the name? Orochimaru.
Yeah.
And he was like down in a stance, and he was about to do a thing, and he was like this. And I was like, see, I like that better.
No, see, the cool thing about D'Angelo Russell is, so he does his play to close the game. They come back from a deficit, I believe. And he is the only person to say it as he's doing.
Okay.
Ice in my veins. You can't hear him.
He was like you corny, bro.
Right.
He's like, I'm making a viral thing. But anyways, not important at all. Join us on our Discord. That's where we're talking about things. We got a link on that in our link tree. Jordan, you got what is Discord like right now?
It's on and popping. So today we were discussing Black Clover.
Yeah.
And the Cooper has read pretty much the whole thing like today and yesterday.
Yeah, so fast. I've been trying.
I've been doing that too. I'm not gonna lie. I've been reading like 100 chapters in like 3 days because I be getting hooked on stuff. But so today's discussion was about Black Clover and how Julius is the best character.
Yeah. Julius is
the Emperor.
Have you watched any Black Clover?
No.
Wow.
That's on my list though.
No, I won't say wow as in like oh my gosh, you're missing out on so much. Because as I've told you, the beginning is trash.
So it's like a mid-tier show.
You got it, yeah.
But it's worth the watch.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. I mean, it gets good. It's the thing.
For going through all the bullshit in the beginning.
Yeah.
It gets good. It doesn't start good.
Yeah. It don't start good at all. At all.
Where it's at now, like the last two arcs have been super good.
I'm still kind of mourning the loss. Because
Don't-
they stopped when it got
Oh,
really
yeah,
good. Like
true.
when it got kind of like people should watch the show, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, never mind, don't do it.
Yeah,
It'd be like
we're ending it.
watching Hunter,
Yeah.
or as people call it,
Hunter X Hunter.
hiatus.
That's cold. I ain't gonna lie. That's cold.
hiatus. I thought you were like making fun of people that pronounce the name wrong.
No,
Right.
But, that's funny.
yeah, that's what they call it nowadays.
Yeah.
That's that Generation Z stuff.
That's
Be
pretty funny.
Making me mad. It's disrespectful.
I mean, it's not wrong though.
He'll get better, and he'll write it eventually. Okay.
Facts.
He needs to like name a successor.
gotta
Just
tell
in
somebody how it
case.
is.
Just in case. Like pass the rest of the story on to somebody.
Right.
So it's like
You
if
got to give out his
Yeah,
quirk. You got to give his
if-
quirk down.
if in the event he's got to write it into his will. In the event that he
Right.
passes before Hunter x Hunter is finished, somebody else will carry the torch to its completion.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hopefully finish it. Like because
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
that's one thing that we all want is an
We
ending.
want it done. And I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't end in like an absolutely terrible place for it to just kind of end. The anime, I mean, not the manga. But also, you know that there's more, and there's the whole Dark Continent thing, and so you
Yeah.
just, I want the
There's
rest.
there's so much more the
please.
story can do that to travesty that it hasn't yet. But hey, get better.
Right.
That's what it is.
7 minutes in, I now forgot to mention this. We support us. Support us on Anchor. So no matter where you listen to our podcast, and even I'll make sure to include this on our YouTube video, there's a link to support us. You can give. I think the lowest denomination is like $5 on a monthly basis. The coolest thing that we're doing here is building a community of folks who love anime, love comic books, care about race, racially sensitive topics, and all those other things. And we're bringing it all together in one. And in order to do that at scale, we need y'all help. So we already have support. Shout out to one of our supporters. Make sure I don't get the name wrong, because it's one of them Spanish names that if you say it wrong, it's gonna be. It's not that deep. It's just.
That's the man
that's
with the
funny.
Latina wife.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yes.
I don't play them
True.
games. I like my
Both
life.
of y'all have Latina wives, actually, don't you?
Yeah,
we do.
I like living.
Yeah.
Shout out to Victoria Valdez,
Yeah.
who,
The realist.
one of our supporters, and so please support us. We need the help. We want to take this show on the road, or not really on the road. Nobody's
I mean,
out,
on the
so-
road would be
nobody's
dope.
outside
I mean,
right now.
Yeah, but one day.
But like, ain't nobody on the road.
No,
take
everybody's
it to other cities and close spaces.
right. Yes, we want to do live shows. We want to do streaming ideas and things like that as well. But that's gonna require
We
support.
want to do cons.
Yeah,
Eventually, if cons ever come back.
right.
R.I.P. cons.
Yo.
Well, I'm going to DreamCon in July.
Yeah,
But isn't it gonna be mostly virtual though?
They're doing like both and. So
Oh,
I already
okay.
have my tickets, and they're no longer transferable. They're not doing transfer it to another year. So you go or you get a refund. And I was like,
okay.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nice.
if anybody listening is going, I'll be at DreamCon.
Boop,
We
boop.
can have a little socially distanced, air hug or whatever. Unless you vaccinated, in which case we out here.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, unless
So-
you got
Facts.
the Pfizer one, you got to re up on that. So
Yeah,
You
It-
know.
or the Johnson & Johnson one. No, I won't say that. I
Nah,
shouldn't say that.
I
That's
heard
not
some
fair.
funny jokes
That's
about
not
the
fair.
J shot.
People scared enough already.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna add
Don't
to
perpetuate it, yeah.
Right.
Um,
But it's funny though.
so please support us. Support us where, support us on Anchor. Subscribe to all our stuff. We need the support, and I'm gonna keep saying it. We need support. So first topic I wanted to touch on, was on this show we talk about whatever we want to talk about apparently. As evident in the last episode, but one of the things I want to talk about, as the show is named Color Folk and Anime, we have the same way what we did the Stop Asian Hate, the episode about Asian hate. We have a platform to talk about not only anime from a colorful perspective, but just having a colorful perspective on what's going on in our world. One of the major things that happened was the sentencing of the police officer Derek Chauvin. Am I saying his name right?
I think so.
Well, just the conviction. We got to
Yeah,
get to
right.
Conviction.
Yeah, right.
And convicted on all accounts. That's where we are now. After, they had after the murder of George Floyd by a knee on his neck for 9 minutes, 9 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, honestly, it was one of the like craziest trials to keep up with. Only because like the defense was like they weren't they
were
called it
reaching.
Yeah.
they called it in. It was like me in debate class in like high school. That's what it felt like. I was like, these are good arguments,
Like,
people. But right, I brought it up because I just a wellness check really for my co-host. How do y'all feel about everything that's going on with regards to that?
I will say I work with like an older Black lady who lived through civil rights stuff or whatever. And so she was getting ready to leave for the day. And I had just looked at my phone because I've been in like meetings and stuff like that all day. I looked at my phone.
Hold it higher than it. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I looked at my phone and I saw the news and I was like, motherfucker. I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. So then she came into my office like maybe 3 minutes after I found that out. And I looked back at her. I said, did you hear the news? And she was like, girl, yes, he got convicted on charges. So we're like, we high-fived each other in my office and like we're like dancing a little bit around or whatever. And she starts talking about like her experience, right?
Yeah.
She's like, she remembers the buses. She remembers, the movement. She remembers people getting lynched. She remembers Emmett Till. Like she remembers that stuff happening while she was growing up. And her talking about, she was like, with every one of these victories, it gets better. We take another step forward. And she was like, it's hard because people's tendency is to be like, oh, it was this, but like there's so much further to go. And it reminds me of this Langston Hughes poem where he talks about the idea of like looking back on the torturous, past and being grateful that he's not there, but also acknowledging that there's far more journey ahead. And so she kind of like, we have that kind of conversation where she's like, as someone who lived through the bad part, or not the bad part, she wasn't a slave, but through a bad part of Black history, she was like, it is a little discouraging to hear young people talk and act like the world's not better, as if we didn't fight tooth and nail to get to where we are now. But she was like, but it is good that they are never satisfied with the status quo, satisfied with where we've come, because we have further to go. So yeah, it was a good moment. It was a really good moment.
Yeah. Yeah, how about you, Jordan?
Yeah, it's definitely been it was fantastic because I would literally like I was at work and like they had kind of the news on.
Yeah.
But like I stepped away from my desk waiting. And honestly, I was anticipating bad news.
Yeah.
Like I think we all were. We're all like, okay, well, how's this man gonna get off?
What
like
Malcolm was like, them 12 jurors did the whole country a favor, like a public service.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Well, and so it was. I mean, because so my wife and I have been, with the increasing everything that's been going on in like the last 6 months, like we've been trying, and she encouraged me to do this because I was mentally distraught for a while. Like it's just so much, like you just have, and I think more so nowadays, even than when we were younger, like you have the prevalence of social media, which is where you're seeing a lot of these video clips and a lot of these news articles and a lot of these circumstances that are happening around the country and around the world that were happening, we just didn't know about because you didn't have the prevalence of news and availability of media. So, there's just so much, and it's just, if you allow it to, it can really just weigh you down. And so we kind of took a break from, not necessarily like taking a break from being involved in what's going on, but like took a break mentally from like keeping up on every single news article and every single video and everything
Yeah.
that's coming out. So I really, you know, like after the protests and everything, you know, and they lasted for a long time in Milwaukee, which was cool.
Mhm.
And like there's fresh protests that are going on in Milwaukee now with everything going on recently with the killing of Dante Wright and Wright or Wilson, what's his last name? Right.
Yeah, Dante
Yeah,
Wright.
right.
Dante Wright.
So I mean, like the other day, I came home from work and there are people driving down my street in Tosa, like, you know,
Yeah,
like
that's
so,
always funny to me because I'm in Story Hill, which is like
Yeah,
right over from Tulsa.
right.
It's a
yeah, the drive
not
train that
mad
are
at
coming
them.
through,
yeah, I'm not mad at them. It's just like if you go through my neighborhood, they got all the Black Lives Matter signs.
Yeah,
like the
right.
white people is with
Yeah,
us
right.
in
Yeah,
Story
right.
Hill.
Exactly.
But y'all ride. And
Right.
it's cool y'all ride through, but this
Yeah.
might not be the target
the right neighborhood, right? Yeah,
that y'all
exactly. Like,
want.
you got to go to Elm Grove,
Right.
Right.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, you
I
good.
don't know if y'all can hear me.
But no, so yeah, like I was super relieved when it came back and he was convicted because, you know, I feel like for two reasons. One, you know, obviously, like you were saying, you know, it's a step forward. It's a step in the right direction for justice and for, you know, police reform. Because ultimately, like, I'm not a police abolitionist. I don't think that's the answer. I think obviously reform is necessary, you know, and needed like as of 100 years ago. But like, you know, like an intense reform, like, you know, and the fact that the defense tried to use, oh, well, he was just doing his, you know, what he was trained to do. Like, well, that's kind of the problem. Like, don't you see the irony in that? That's kind of the problem. Like, he was trained to basically asphyxiate this man till he dies. Like,
Yeah, the weird thing is that they tried to prove a lot of things that weren't provable.
Yeah.
So they tried to cast doubt, but there wasn't enough. The whole he had a white substance in his mouth.
Yeah, right.
It's like, dude,
well, and then too, even like the defense towards the end of the trial, you know, you had them reaching for straws, like when Maxine Waters got up and talked at that vigil in Minneapolis, and they were talking about, oh, well, she's going to be influencing the jury. Like, you should just toss out the whole. You should just toss out the trial for a mistrial because she's going to be influencing the jury because she's making these comments about, oh, you need to convict. Like, so like they just started reaching for stuff, which ultimately, I mean, if that would have worked, that would have been a travesty. Like, that would have been awful. You know, you're like, okay, you're on the eve of you're on the eve of the jury coming out with their decision, and you toss the trial for something stupid like that.
Yeah, to be fair, she gotta relax.
Yeah, she do gotta relax. Yeah,
just chill
she
a
do.
bit.
Like, wait a day, okay? Like,
Yeah.
I get you're upset, but like, you can't say anything that's gonna potentially sway a jury because if you do, this man's gonna walk.
Especially if you're a person of influence.
Exactly. So like, I get that, and then on top of that too, with, you know, the White House taking a position before the verdict was out, that's dangerous. I don't disagree with what the Biden administration said. I just think it's dangerous to do what he did and release a statement before the actual conviction. Which,
and that's one of the things I think that's hard about the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that makes it difficult when you're dealing with the age of social media and the court of public opinion. The power of the uninformed individual to cancel people with no knowledge is that it puts people in power and people in influence in positions where they feel like they have to speak, and sometimes they end up speaking out of turn, right? And you see it all the time with people that end up, they say something in order to not get canceled and then get canceled because of what they said.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. That'd be funny too. Like yes.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I get that, you know, the Biden administration is thinking about its constituents and like wanting to speak to them because they want an answer. They want you to say something.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to recognize your responsibility as the president and the influence that you have, and that the gravity of doing something like that at that moment.
I take issue with I took issue with it because this is where I consider myself like a moderate, like directly in the middle. I probably actually might even be more libertarian than anything.
Yeah,
but
I'm an anarchist, so it's okay.
We're not going to have a discussion right now. But my main point is like, you guys are criticizing the right for these same things, right? You're criticizing Trump, you're criticizing all the talking heads for doing the same thing. And right, in his case, it's like, oh, well, don't riot. Okay, that's what we need. That's not what needs to be said right now.
Right.
What needs to be said is let's wait, but you're coming out saying things you don't need to say right now. You don't need to say that. Nobody is arguing whether or not rioting is right or wrong, and not in this case. And you're not convincing the people that's going to riot to not riot anyways.
Yeah,
It's a mute point. You just need to be like, hey, let's just hang back. So I think all I have to say is like, I think I'm happy that the conviction came down. But as I'm reminded, somebody said this on another pod, so I'm really stealing this idea from another pod. But like, all that it took to get to the conviction, right? Like, this is multiple cell phone camera perspectives, point of views, multiple witnesses, multiple, like, you right, and even still, like, he had to kind of live through the court of public opinion. Well, he's an ex-porn star, he's a rapper, he's a drug addict, and all that stuff, right? And even so, like, all of those things had to happen in order for justice to be served in this one case. And so I agree with you. Like, I'll be careful in being like, throw it all away, it's useless. And it's like, well, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
Because that would be to like spit on everything that happened before and the progress that has happened. It's just, I think about this Dante Wright case that's going to come up probably end of the year, start of the next year. And I think about this kid that got killed in Chicago. I'm thinking last name was Toledo. I remember his first name.
Oh yeah, the Hispanic kid.
So I think about all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's one. Why? What's going to happen all these next 6, these next 10? Because it's going to keep happening. I was sitting with somebody like at work, and I was saying it's going to keep happening. What's going to happen? How are we going to respond to it? But anyways, say what?
Yeah, 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a terrible shooter.
Our batting average is real low as the black community. We taking L's left and right. But we got a dub this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a dub, and I was
a legitimate one.
Earlier,
yeah, it's not like OJ where it's like,
right.
I mean, you got away with that one.
Like,
you said, hey, I'm not sure if y'all should.
I don't know if we're celebrating that one. Like,
shout out Johnny Cochran, but y'all could have kept him.
Malcolm with the right point. He's like, yeah, we are celebrating. Now you know what we feel like.
Yeah,
you know how it feels.
Yeah,
coming around here.
Right. No, he's
okay.
I don't know what he's doing. He recycling. You know what I mean?
That's right. Reduce, reuse.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So we are at our main segment of the show, and I was excited and also conflicted at the same time about this segment. I told y'all. So we're talking about the best anime moments. IMO, of course, in our opinions.
Right. I would see. So my list of the best are like.
But they could be a favorite.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the. I don't know.
They're not objectively.
This isn't like
the
sports, right? Like sports is like favorite sports moment, best sports moment. That's objective.
Right.
This doesn't matter. Like it's our favorite moments are the best moments, so it doesn't matter. Like there's no separation. So
I mean, that's the beauty of anime. Is there's so many different genres. There's so many different categories of anime. Like you love shoujo, so you're gonna have some moments from shoujos that you might be like, yeah, those are the best. I'm like, yeah, I don't really watch shoujo.
I'm like, do I like shoujo?
See, you're holding your own genre.
I am a little
Yes.
bit. It's been a minute. I think the problem is that the shonen shows are so long.
Yes.
They leave such
well,
an
and they're so.
impression
I
on
mean,
you 'cause
then
you're
those are
watching
like the
them
big, and those are the big ones too that get all the
forever.
media attention too. So
Yeah.
Yes.
The shoujo ones, it'd be like 1-2 seasons, so unless you're fruit baskets. They last like 2 seasons, and then that's it. And then I'm not the type of person that rewatches stuff all the time.
yeah.
So yeah,
True.
I don't know.
Yeah. Let's get to it.
Okay.
And well, so this is on your list. I don't know if this is on your list. I know
Okay,
you have
go
a
for
long
it. Yeah, I got a
list.
long list.
I only have 4 things, but I wanted to contain myself because I was going to be like, oh,
Yeah.
right.
This whole season was
Yeah.
a great
No,
anime moment.
We had a discussion about Naruto, and now I have like 5
See,
Naruto
that's
moments.
again. But the first thing I want to bring up, just because this is probably the most recognized across the anime community, is Goku's first time going Super Saiyan.
That is on my
Yeah.
list.
Right, Dragon
Well,
Ball
course.
I
Z.
ain't gotta say
It's
it 'cause
iconic.
It's on your list.
Dragon Ball Z main protagonist Goku, who
he killed his mans, and it was like
he kills his and these are spoilers, but it's fine.
I mean, it's like 20,
Dragon
30
Ball
years
Z.
old. So like, I mean,
Listen, if
you ain't
you're
watched it
spoiled,
by
You didn't
now.
watch
man.
the Tsunami,
Fault.
bro?
Yeah,
right.
So
Shame.
the funniest, so he kills Krillin. So first of all, they think that they killed Frieza.
Right.
So they thought Gohan thought he had him.
Yeah.
With the good old the trick up the sleeve that they always like to use, which is so weak. But anyways, that's a whole other thing. Spirit. Anyways, the whole other thing. They don't kill him. They don't kill him. Frieza comes back. The way he kills Krillin is great.
Krillin to be taking all the L's for the Z fighters. Like,
He really does. I mean,
Him and
he don't
Yamcha.
get as hold
Yeah.
as Yamcha does, but
Yeah,
you know how
no.
that is.
But at least Krillin's a,
Yamcha deserves it though. So
He was cold once. Anyways,
yeah. In Dragon Ball, he was
Right.
cold. Right?
so
When they didn't have people coming from other planets
He
to
should've
pulverize
started
you.
the
he was
baseball.
cool on
Problem
Earth,
is.
bro. But
Yeah.
but kills Krillin, and Goku is lit, quite literally. And I think the thing is I don't know another anime that has this kind, like, this sets the moments up for people leveling up in animes.
yeah.
Like, this is first time people start, oh man, there's you could level up, like, period. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because one of my other moments on here is, if that moment doesn't happen, this anime probably doesn't happen and have those same kind of moments too. Like that
Okay.
significant power up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That doesn't have to do with intellect or anything. It's just I'm emotional and I'm powerful right now.
Yeah.
But
I do like, so the you think about like the idea of like shonen and shoujo and like their target audience. I do kind of like the idea of, I don't like, you know, the anger part, you know, because I feel like young boys should be taught they can be more than angry. There are more emotions. But I like the idea, right? I like the idea of it being like this kind of, I don't know, cathartic release of like that kind of extreme emotion. Goku's super angry and super sad, and so he turns into a Super Saiyan.
Which realistically, Goku doesn't really have a lot of those moments where he gets super emotional.
Yeah.
I don't know if he gets emotional
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Past that point,
Yeah.
his powering up has to do with him simply
He's
wanting
just
to
training.
power
And he's
up.
just
Yeah.
just a goofy.
That was like
he's just
his
goofy.
his moment in
Yeah.
there where he expressed himself in a way that was
That was his Levi
more
moment.
selfish, almost like more his Levi moment.
He went beast mode, literally.
Oh Lord.
The AOT puns, I got it. It's okay. Sorry, guys.
No, so yeah, so that I that's one of the reasons why I like that moment, is because it's like I like the message it gives to young boys, for the most part, except for the whole angry
That you can
thing.
be emotional and power up.
Yeah.
Powering
too.
up is being emotional.
Yeah.
But I think too, it inspired a whole generation of early social media people trying to go Super Saiyan in real life.
Oh my
which-
God!
I mean, we have to talk
young
about.
video.
You know how
We have
many
to talk
young
about
black boys?
Yeah, come on, bro. Like, come on. Like
Bro,
you
about to
yeah.
fart.
Reminds me of that video.
Yeah,
You-
I think we all know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The RDC videos when people take anime too far.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he keeps getting his ass beat.
yeah. Those are great videos. Those are fantastic videos.
Oh God.
So great.
That's the meme.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
There's-
Okay,
Oh,
well,
no, but go
I was
ahead,
gonna say
go
while
ahead.
we're on the topic of
'Cause
Dragon
I'm
Ball
about to
Z.
go rip.
Yeah, right. No, while we're on the topic of Dragon Ball Z, another one that I have on my list is when Gohan defeats Cell with the father-son Kamehameha.
Yes.
So like where Goku is like there from the from the afterlife, like, yo, like you can do this, like all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that was a fire moment because that was
his
really
last
like
good moment.
that was Gohan's like peak.
Yeah.
Like, you know, where you're like, okay, you literally,
It's all-
you
Yeah.
literally,
Downhill
this,
from
this,
there.
that was Gohan's potential. Like, okay, Gohan just defeated the being that killed everyone else.
We got
like,
set up so
So
bad with that shit.
Yeah,
I
we
heard
did.
about.
God
I
damn.
We did.
heard about why that happened, or why that arc was so. That was the original writing. The original writing was for Gohan to take the torch,
Yeah.
and people love Goku so much that they forced. Whatever we have
I-
Goku now is the forced
I
Goku
hate
arc.
that. That's something.
Like,
have I
the
ever told y'all
entire-
about
you don't have
this
to do
before?
that at the
It's
expense of
something
Gohan,
that,
though.
like,
Yeah,
the
I agree.
K-drama industry or whatever used
Yeah.
to do, they'd write like the first couple episodes. They'd have the whole thing written, but they do like the first couple episodes, and then like based off of in like viewer kind of
Yeah.
response, sometimes they would change the whole story. There's one I
Yeah,
can't even
that's
remember
trash.
the name of it
I mean, I
more,
get
but
it,
there
but-
was one K-drama that I was super into, and it was like I think she was like a spy or something like
God
that.
bless you.
I don't remember. At some point, she ends up like fleeing the country. It's a whole thing, but it was like they literally destroyed the story because
the
of
sake of
netizens
fan-
or whatever. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Yeah, K-dramas have not been the same for me since.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was an amazing moment, especially because the Cell. First of all, Cell arc is one of the
Yeah, the best arcs.
best arcs
yeah,
in anime history,
for sure.
and so for them to end it with that in that way, because I'm like,
Yeah.
how's they gonna beat this guy? This guy's
Yeah.
too
Yeah,
good,
right.
man.
Right.
Yeah. My Dragon Ball Z moment is where Piccolo proves himself as a father to his son.
Elaborate.
When he dies for Gohan,
Yeah.
he jumps in front of who was that? Was that?
That was
Yeah, it was Vegeta, wasn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
Vegeta hits Earth. Yeah.
Vegeta, comes after all that or whatever, and Piccolo jumps in front of the little power thingy, and I'm not good with names, okay? And takes a bullet for Gohan, and Gohan's just wrecked. Listen, I don't know none of the moves besides Kamehameha, Power Bomb.
Spirit Bomb.
Yeah, Spirit Bomb. I call
When I was
this
gonna say
little
Goku's
discus,
or not
that's
Goku.
what I call,
Vegeta's move was the Galagun. I think that's. I don't know if
with
that's the one he used on him, but it's a
no,
different
he
move.
didn't use it that time.
No, this was
and,
like a simple
what
little.
is it,
Yeah, he just threw him
Mangekko
up.
or something like that? I'm so.
Oh,
not
that's
good.
the
Y'all
that's
gonna
the
be real
that's the
mad
lower
about
level
the
one.
names I use for other people.
Nobody-
It's my
don't worry.
favorite anime.
Don't worry.
We'll get
Just
there.
be making
though.
up names.
Right. Little Sook Sook. You remember
Sook-
that?
Little Sook
Yeah,
Sook.
I do that shit. But yes, Piccolo taking the bullet for Gohan.
I
Yeah.
think the thing about
I
that
love
Piccolo
that.
moment is just because that comes from Piccolo's his character developed. That's
Yeah.
his kid, right? So
yeah.
Dragon
That's
Ball
the peak
Piccolo,
of that, yeah.
which is
Villain.
He's
Because
Piccolo.
he
like-
didn't give a shit about Gohan
at all.
at all. He was like, this little nigga gonna drown
Right.
in this river.
And then reincarnated
He's in
Piccolo's.
cry.
Yeah.
Oh, Gohan used to cry so mother.
Oh my God.
So much.
Long. You talking about long hair Gohan?
I don't give a
Give him a
shit.
chance.
Oh my God.
I used to
He's
cry
so
when
annoying.
my father used to
You-
let me walk a mile with
Oh my
24
God,
packs.
you also used to cry all the time apparently. Oh, man. So you
That's
identify
hilarious.
with Gohan, huh?
Yeah, because I was struggling. I should have been for a 6-year-old, but I was still fucking sick.
We got Malcolm over here reliving some trauma behind the scenes.
Therapy, of course. Oh Lord. Oh,
In
man.
any case,
who we on?
that's my
That's
favorite.
hilarious.
That's my favorite.
we on
one of my
me?
favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it,
Yeah,
go for
I'll
it.
go for
You're
it.
gonna
So
run out before I do. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
I think I know what your
it's-
next. I think I know what your next one's gonna be, but
So my next one is in the spirit of Hakeem, but my next one is the reveal in AOT of Berto and Rainer's reveal to Aaron,
that was
Which
funny.
it's a good one.
which was
That's a good
great.
one.
It was so one of the things that made me laugh about that moment was that it was so understated.
Yeah.
Because they're focusing on another part of the scene, and all
Right.
of a sudden you kind of overhear their conversation where
Like,
they're
yeah,
telling him
we
that,
overhear it as he's
Yeah.
over, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, wait. What?
And they like, hey, just real quick, you could just,
Hey,
you know what I
like,
mean?
come
Just
over
come
here.
over here.
Yeah,
just come
right,
with
I
us.
We
like- come
tight,
on, y'all.
bro. We tight. Do
Yeah.
you remember when your mama died and stuff?
That was
That was us. That was us. We did that. Greatest hits.
Yeah, right. It's like you know, it wasn't nothing personal, but
Yeah, I mean, because it's just how
Well,
it
and
be. But
then
like,
you
if you
find
come with
out
us,
about
we'll
that.
just.
well, and then he freaks out.
end.
He's like, or he freaks out on Bertolt. He's like,
Holy
you
shit.
literally sat there while I talked about my mom getting munched, and you didn't even bat an eye. Like, screw you, dog. Like,
I still wish. Oh, and I can't. Can I say that? No, I can't say that. Dang it.
I mean,
You
we
didn't
already
read it
got.
yet?
Oh no, we're good.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Wait, hold that back.
But
great.
I won't say what I was gonna say because you
got
haven't
like 8
read
pending
it,
cancels,
right? You haven't read it.
What?
You haven't read.
No,
Okay, then I won't say what I
no,
was gonna
no.
say.
I again.
But it is
send
about-
me,
but it
send
is
me the
about-
manga link for that.
Okay, I will.
Shoot it to me, please. I got.
yeah, because
time.
you got to finish
I
it.
will.
Yeah.
So I only have one, and it's not really one. It's like a combination of a bunch of moments. But like, really, any fight that Levi is in Attack on Titan is a favorite moment, especially that fight where at the end, like in the 4th season, where he's running from Kenny and his squad in the city,
Oh yes.
like where he's like
oh yeah.
3D maneuvering through literally everything.
I thought
Like,
you
I was
said
like,
4th
okay.
Season. I was like, wait, what?
The final season.
The final season?
Yeah,
With
that's
Kenny?
in the final season, right?
Wait.
No.
No,
Kenny's already dead by the
No.
last season.
No, that's season 3.
Oh, season 3.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
sorry.
was like,
season 3. Sorry.
What? Oh, 'cause
Season
that's 'cause
3.
you watched
Season
it all
4
at
is
the
the
same
Jaeger's
time.
taking
It's
over.
all
Yeah,
running
right.
Together.
Yeah.
I like
season
that.
three.
Yeah, right. So yeah, okay. So yeah, where he's
Yeah.
like running from Kenny's squad in the
Yeah.
city like that.
That's beautiful.
One of the
First
best.
time Armin
Yeah,
kills somebody.
yeah. One of the
First-
best fights / escape scenes of all time
It's beautiful.
of any
It's
medium.
beautifully animated,
Yeah, it's great.
you know, and they see some CGI in there, but I'm okay with it.
See, that's the point where like if it's done well, it lends itself really well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was. You don't got any more AOT moments too, right?
I mean, if
Like written down.
I didn't write anything
No,
down.
it's totally okay.
But
Yeah.
Okay,
the
moving on.
moment
I'm
I'm
just kidding.
thinking about is when Zeke holds Levi in the forest.
Oh,
That's
and then
that's my
Levi
favorite
comes out and
moment.
Zeke is like, oh,
and not only that. Oh no, that doesn't happen in the thing. See, I understand you more now that I've read the end of AOT
See?
because I
be
almost
accidentally
ruined it
spoiling
again.
stuff.
Dang, this
Yes.
hard. You
I-
need
I'm
to
gonna-
read it.
I'm telling you, it's
You
it's
need
an
to read it so I
an
can
extra
speak
skill
freely.
having to read and then hold yourself back from
Ah,
spoiling.
That's so bad. Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's
don't have
just
a
another
good
reason
enough
that manga
memory
readers
to
are
be
better
a
than only
manga
anime
reader.
watchers. So I'm just gonna put that out there in
Or-
the atmosphere.
Or not. Or that could be the case for against.
You said what?
Parsons Turner of the anime, Parsons Turner of black and white
Shut
Shut
up, Marco.
That's hilarious.
Oh
Um,
man.
I was gonna bring up that.
You know what's funny though is that's what made me stop because it wasn't in color in my head. I didn't see any gore in that moment, and I was like, "Oh, I read that. I didn't watch that." Sorry, go on. What were you saying?
See, I mean, anyway, sorry.
No, I was gonna bring up the only other AOT moment. Then, I think whose goal is it? After your
My turn.
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
other AOT moment I was gonna bring up was the first Levi and Zeke fight.
Yeah.
Outside the wall?
After the captain dies,
Yes.
he's thinking it's sweet because
Yeah, he did.
he's the beast type. Like he's not nothing has been able to harm
He's like,
him
I don't fight hand to hand with anybody
at
Like-
all. He's just like, all right,
I
I'm leaving.
throw shit from afar.
Right.
I
Levi
crush
slices that he's lunch meat. Like it's
Yeah, literally.
nuts. Anyways,
Turned him into pepperoni
Yeah,
slices.
He sliced
Yeah, he did.
that
Very
nigga
thinly. Yeah.
yeah.
up. Boy.
Okay, so this will be a little bit of an OG one, but in the spirit of me wearing a Pokemon shirt, I'm gonna throw a
Hey.
Pokemon one out there. And this one is
that
kind
said
of
I didn't even
Pokemon
think
was
about
trash.
that.
What?
no. See,
What?
the anime, the
What?
anime is not that great, but the movies are not bad. So it's a movie moment.
Okay.
So, and it's a favorite moment because Ash is a gangster for this. When he tries to throw hands with Mewtwo, he was like, man, you know what? Screw this battle stuff. Let's throw hands, bro. Like, And he got real excited, and Mewtwo was like, "Hold up, young blood, like chill out, like we're not finna do that around here."
I can end this whole universe
Right,
now.
exactly. Like,
what
who
is
are you,
saying?
bro? Sit down. Like,
You know, I'm a rare Pokemon for a reason, bro.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that
Oh
was a
my
favorite
God.
moment for me.
That. Oh,
Like,
Lord.
when did that movie come out? Like 98 or 99,
It was-
something like that.
It was
2000,
really
something
good.
like that.
The animation in that movie was
It was ahead of
really
its time.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
and where
you
Pikachu
seen
was crying,
the
all the Pokemon's tears made him all turn.
Pokemon?
Oh,
That
yeah.
was cold.
I'm telling you,
that was cold.
if you haven't seen the original Pokemon movie, you need to go watch it.
Yeah.
'cause
especially
it's
the animation
epic.
they got on Pokemon right now.
Oh, it's trash.
Yeah. I don't understand how you go backwards.
Some people really like it. Cooper likes it.
Really?
I almost disowned him for that.
Cooper.
But
I mean, I was fine. Cooper likes Black Widow, so it's all good. No, shout out Cooper, the friend of the show.
I can tell him in person on Saturday. I'm gonna see him.
Aw.
But yeah, so Ash and Mewtwo was fantastic.
Yeah. Well, if we're going movie moments, I have a picture of from A Silent Voice. Shout out to this artist. See, let me look up his name so I don't get it wrong.
I don't even know. Can we see that? I don't even know.
Can you see it on there?
I mean, we're not extra wide, but
well, you can't see it. Maybe I'll post a picture on. Well, I did post a picture of these on Discord. I don't know, but in any case, what's this guy's name? His name is, drum roll, please.
yeah, I'm not gonna really be able to add that in.
Shut up,
so,
Malcolm.
yeah.
Juan Munoz.
Is it an E or an O?
It's M-U. It's M-U-N-O-Z. Okay, we're gonna tag him and stuff. His handle on Instagram is gottij.art. And I have his art on my wall. But in any case, I have a little art piece that he did that's from A Silent Voice. And A Silent Voice wrecked me. I cried so much during the entire last part of the show. But the moment that gets me is the fall switch.
Why is it important?
Oh God, it's important because it's the moment where the main character is kind of like he's trying to save this. Oh, do y'all care if I spoil? It's a very good movie, so I want y'all to watch it.
We'll put a note.
Okay. Well, okay. So he's trying to help this person, and in helping the person, discovers his own will to live. The show's very heavily centered around the idea of like suicide and stuff like that. So trigger warning, if you can't watch that, don't watch that. But like I suffered from like that kind of stuff as a youngin'. And so watching that, it was really, really, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know. In any case, in helping her and saving her, he discovers his own will to live, but then in that moment almost dies. In the moment that he decides that he would want to live, he ends up almost dying. So
That's crazy.
In the moment, there's no like certainty about exactly what's going on, and so it's very kind of traumatic to watch, and it's shocking to see. Oh, and it's animated beautifully too, and the music, and it's just all the emotions. Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah.
What else y'all got? Because I got
It's
more.
on me. It's
I was
on
like, I
me.
got more. So
I did that less
I gotta-
spoilery, so that people would still go watch it.
So yeah, and again,
Appreciate
I'm
that.
bringing up. I was hoping to bring up mainstream ones just so that like for folks that's watching, but I know these are all moments that we've talked about before,
Yeah.
like in other episodes, and so I got to go back and reflect on them. But I would be a fool to not bring up Death Note, and that's L's death on Death Note.
No. No.
Now, what happened after is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But
that's where it should have ended.
But nothing about the way he died even made sense, though. I mean, it made sense, but it didn't make sense. And it still is the biggest hoe in anime history.
And it bothers you.
I hate that shit so much. I hate it.
Tell us how you really feel.
Don't get me
because
started.
he had him, and yeah, I do think I will say it's a cop out. Like it was a very like they could have invested a little bit more in that story arc, but I thought it's still such a memorable moment. It was still a favorite moment to me because I'm like, this guy gotta keep with it. He gotta keep putting names in the Death Note. He has to keep doing it.
Favorite makes you sus.
I mean, that is a pivotal point in that anime. So
yeah,
Boy.
yeah, facts. But yeah,
I
and then the other one is
upset in
probably
my
when
spirit.
he kills off old girl for no reason. Which
oh
is,
yeah, that was whack.
Yeah.
you like me? That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Death Note. Anyways.
Right. All right. I'll do another one. And this, while we're on the topic of doing some mainstream ones, I got a mainstream one. So, in My Hero Academia, where they have the school festival and they do the song, and Eri smiles for the first time.
Oh, okay. All right.
All
Because
right.
at first I was like,
All
I mean,
right.
that whole season was slow as shit. But then you
See,
were like, oh, yeah.
And
it
when
was
they do
worth
the
it for
whole
Eri
song and the
smile.
performance, and she smiles, and Lemillion is like crying, and he's like, "She smiled." Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I one thug tear. One single thug tear.
Yo.
No, but for real, it was
That
mad
glory
tears.
tear.
It was
That's
mad
what it
mad
was,
tears.
The glory tear.
And like, still, like I've watched that clip. Like, if ever I'm like feeling in like some type of way, I'd be like, you know what? I think I need that clip right now.
Yeah.
And like, I have it saved on like my
Aw.
Facebook videos. I have a clip, like that whole
so
scene. And it's
soft.
like an 8 or 9 minute video, and I go back and watch it because, like, when she smiles, I literally, it gives me chills. Like
Yeah.
just that whole
That's a good
story
moment.
leading up to that
That's a good
moment, and like you see the shadows coming off of her and stuff, and I'm like, dude, that
Yeah.
was so well done.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
that moment,
Yeah.
by far one of the most emotional moments I've had in anime for sure. For
That is
sure.
good.
So that's on my list.
Thug
Yeah.
tear.
Oh, I did forget about that. I won't go into My Hero quite yet. Mostly because I'm probably gonna make people mad. But I will hit on my REM moment. Now y'all
God.
have been watching ReZero.
Yes.
So my favorite. How far are you?
9. It's okay if you spoil it because
Okay.
the show already make my head hurt. So if you like reveal some things, it's not
No,
gonna
don't spoil
unhurt
it. No,
my
don't
head.
spoil it because like
My favorite REM moment.
You thought your head hurt
My
now.
favorite moment in ReZero is when Rem keeps killing him.
yeah, true.
And at first he don't know who's marking him.
Yeah, right.
He has no idea. And the reveal that it's her, and
That was-
then
yeah,
her
that was
why,
great.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I love this.
Yeah, it was
I
great.
love this.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that
And
was
I mean,
then
it
I loved
sucks,
her for the rest of the show. She's my favorite character. in
Yeah,
the
that show is.
I mean, because it definitely wasn't him. So
Yeah, at all.
that show is real scarring.
Oh yeah.
You're
yeah.
traumatized.
No, you don't
with
even know.
him.
Like the beginning is soft.
And I would say a favorite moment, like it's not my favorite moment of that show when he holds her with her love confession or whatever.
Yeah, that was.
But it is a memorable moment because I was mad. I was real
mad about that too. I'm not gonna lie.
I was more mad at that than the Ace thing, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you get real anime
yeah.
talking about Ace.
I essentially I almost stopped watching the anime completely after I've been trying to finish the second episode because my
That's funny.
anger about that moment
That's pretty funny.
or the second season or whatever. Yeah, go on. What were you gonna say before I go on?
I think it's Chris's turn to say one, right?
Oh, I just said
She
one.
did
Right.
her
Oh, okay,
ReZero.
okay.
My
Or
ReZero.
ReZero. Okay, your turn.
Okay. And this is just you see the shirt. You see what's going on.
Oh yes. I was waiting for this
I would
one.
be
yeah.
a fool to not talk about Bleach on my own
Yes.
show. And this is what I said about power up moments, right?
Yeah.
This moment in this show for Bleach does not happen if Goku never becomes a Super Saiyan. And this is the moment where Ichigo, the main protagonist, discovers his Bankai, right? This is the one.
Yeah, it's great.
If you don't know anything about Bleach, that's
Yeah.
the one thing
Yeah.
you know. It's already like these next level special powers that these
The over pronunciation.
right these that these Soul Reapers have, and because I think for me, I don't like protagonists that don't have to work hard for their power ups.
Yeah.
And so when Ichigo first comes on the show, he's like just this. I have a big sword because I'm emotional. I don't know what that means. I feel like there's more there, but like I have this big sword as an extension of this power I can't control.
Right.
And then he finally gets some training by OG and levels up in one of the most important fights, right? Because it's not like he's just leveling up against some regular villain on the show or a hollow or whatnot.
It's very satisfying power up.
Yeah, he powers up against the guy who's probably the dickish guy on the entire show. And that's
if anybody deserved a power up on his ass, it was Byakuya.
I'm like, this guy.
It was him. Yeah.
You know, because he's such an elitist character. He's like, he might be classist if it was like
he totally
regular
is.
life, right?
No, he totally is. Even in Soul Society.
And
Rukia is his adopted sister. He's like, you better act right, or we finna excommunicate you from the family.
Right. I'm like, bro, what? But and so for his power up changed the power dynamic, and it changed like that whole. It changed their social structure because it's like,
true.
You're not just of a royal family to have power. You could just be some random kid in the high school who just happened to
a human, no less.
no less. Anyways, so it was a big moment in that way for me, but I thought it was dope.
I have to watch Bleach.
Please.
You should.
I'll send you an article on how to watch it. You
gotta
skip some arcs.
You know I like filler, so I'll sit through it.
Filler's one thing.
Listen,
but
I'm trying to watch
arcs,
JoJo.
the whole arcs that are useless.
Well, really, it's just anything past Aizen. That's always going to be my go-to. Is like, once you hit that fight, which is my next point, while we're on Bleach topic.
Yeah.
Excuse me. This is mad spoilers, because obviously he's a major villain. He is, in my opinion, the major villain.
Right, and I hear his villainry is revealed in a very
it is. It's fantastic.
In a very Star Warsy way.
It's fantastic.
It's great.
Like,
I felt the scene.
I mean,
like,
let's be real. I mean, I'm just gonna spoil it.
No, you know, I
because
okay.
Sorry to interviewers. Oh, Malcolm, are you gonna watch Bleach, bro?
I'm about to say Bleach is Bleach. I don't dislike Bleach the same as JoJo's.
Okay, well,
don't
put it on the same level as JoJo's, bro.
I don't even like how you just said that right now. Like JoJo's.
Nah, come on, bro.
I just don't feel a need to watch it.
Okay, well,
just because I'm older.
Okay.
It's like this is.
Okay, well then. All right. So,
but it's not. But
in the spirit of people who might still,
it's like it's copying.
In the spirit, in the spirit of people who might watch Bleach in the future, Malcolm included. I won't spoil it. But that fight between Ichigo and Aizen is probably one of, if not one, like top 3 of my favorite anime fights of all time.
Yes.
Like, and it's like the whole combination of things. It's Ichigo coming back with a new power up with the final Getsuga Tensho.
And you can't even tell. Like,
you can't tell. It is. It's super subtle. Like, it's not like Super Saiyan where you look completely different.
Yeah.
Like, he comes back. Yeah, exactly.
H&M got some black fits.
literally. But no, like, so he has this new power up, which is supposed to be the end.
Yeah.
You know, what real Goku-esque moment. He comes back later, but which is another tribute to Goku. Them just reaching for new material.
Oh, my Lord.
But no, so like he comes back, new power up, badass score in the background. You know, Aizen up to that point, like best villain ever. You know, and then
he's unbeatable.
He is literally like up until that point, like the people that they establish as like the captains who are like the best of the best society are literally getting washed by Aizen. Not even by Aizen. His henchmen are washing the captains.
Who were created.
They were created beings. Like, they're getting washed. And up till that point, like the power scaling, they were the top. And then they just get ran. So like you have this idea that, okay, Aizen is literally he's it. Like, this is it. Like, he's an evolved being in his own words. Like, and then you just have his realization that Ichigo is way past him. Like, that moment where he's like, oh, you know, he's describing his powers. You know, you have that quintessential villain moment where they're like explaining their evil master plan before they get washed.
Yeah.
So, and he's like, you know, talking about, oh, well, you know, like the other people down here, they can't even feel my presence because I'm so much more powerful than them. You must be one of them because I can't even feel you. And Ichigo's like, about that. It's kind of the same thing. Like, you can't feel me because I'm that much stronger than you are right now. And then he just like
flash stepping on this dude. Like,
yeah, and he grabs his face and drags him, and he was like, "Wow, okay, didn't see that coming." But no, that whole fight, like, I have that song from that fight downloaded, so whenever I'm feeling like I need some motivation, I just put that on, and that's
in the gym going crazy.
yeah, exactly. Like 10 more reps. No, but no, like anytime, like if I was joking, like if I was a boss or if I needed to like create a boss level, that would be my theme music. Like that song would be my boss theme, like for sure. So that fight is amazing. Yeah. So Ichigo Aizen fight for sure.
For sure.
Well, before I jump on the also shonen train with y'all, I do want to shout out that I love Ouran High School Host Club, the Wallflower,
Oh, right. The reverse
and
harem.
The reverse harem shows. Don't judge me. Also, Secret Life of High School Boys, but they're like, well, especially with the Secret Life of High School Boys, it's an anthology series. So there's like a lot of disconnected moments. There's no like plot with that one in particular or whatever. But I do love those shows. They have a ton of great moments. So I'm shouting them out so that people go watch them because they're really good. They're really
That's
good.
funny.
Anyway, I guess where do I want to go next? I mean, I have a lot for Naruto, but I think I want to talk about my favorite part of One Piece.
Yay.
So my
episode
favorite
422.
No, 900, bro.
I don't even
Catch
know.
up.
Now, I think my favorite arc is obviously the whole like from Water 7 all the way through the war. That whole thing is golden. But and I guess I have two favorite One Piece moments. The first one, I guess the one that happens first. I guess they all happen in that arc. It's fine. The one that happens first is Luffy punching the Celestial. 10 out of 10 moment.
Classic.
Oh, that's so good. And like that's at the point after you realize that the fishmen are black people and this girl's getting sold off into slavery and stuff like that, and all of my ancestors were like working through my soul while I was watching that. So it felt good as shit to see him punch the shit out of that man. I was like, "Oh, this was for my people." I don't know that he knows what we went through, but like I feel liberated in this moment. So that
woke peace.
That's hilarious.
Right. Woke peace. That's right. Oy vey. Oh yeah, there's so much there. If
There's
you
a lot,
hadn't listened, I feel like all black people should watch One Piece.
Don't worry. Yeah, I have to make this summer. I'm gonna make my way through that show.
Yeah.
One Piece classic.
My man says you need reparations after watching One Piece.
For those that didn't hear Malcolm, he says One Piece lasted as long as slavery did. Oh God, that's mad disrespectful, bro.
Oh, my Lord.
Little quips.
Oh gosh.
No, and then the other one is when Bone Clay proves himself to be the realest G. In all of anime, well, maybe Jinbei's got him beat, but he has a
Jinbei's
moment,
fire.
and you're just kind of like, oh, I love him. He's the best.
We
character.
didn't before, but now we do.
Right? We didn't before. We didn't really care for him. He's kind of like a gag, but like after that, you're like, oh. They killed him, and now I love him.
Yeah, right. It's too late. Come back.
Right. I'm hoping they throw some little, that shonen plot magic on it where you're like, oh, it's not bad at all. He's just been in jail all this time.
No, I think it's too late.
But it's okay.
It
would lessen, right? It would lessen the
One Piece.
gravity of his death if he were to come back. But yeah, Bone Clay is a real one.
I do have. I was gonna say, unless you want to interject, I
you
do have a couple One Piece ones.
Yeah, go for it.
So my One Piece ones are actually further back in the story. Well, one is, and the one's more towards the middle. But my first one that was like kind of like one of those emotional moments was like after you're in the Fishman arc, with Arlong, and you have when Nami finally breaks down and asks Luffy for help.
Oh,
Like where she's on the ground crying.
yeah.
And then like
stabbing her arm.
yeah, exactly. Trying to get rid of the tattoo for the
Yeah.
fisherman pirates or for Arlong's
I
fisherman
feel
pirates.
like I know what other moment you're gonna say
Yeah,
after this.
you do. And so this moment, you know, so she finally like breaks down. Luffy's just been waiting for her to ask him to solve her problem.
Yeah.
And so she finally says, help.
Help
You know,
me.
she's bawling her eyes out. Luffy puts his hat on her head. And then you have the moment where the three of them walk past her all gangster like, and they're like, yeah, we finna mess these niggas up. Like, and they do. They
And
wreak
he
havoc on these
does.
dudes. Yeah, they do.
Oh,
It
when
was fantastic.
he gets in Nami's room that
Yeah.
they've been
And
slaving.
he just trashes it?
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
shit. He said,
Yeah.
"Oh, this room got to go."
Yeah, exactly. So
Throws
that
everything out.
yeah.
She see her desk fall out the window. It's so symbolic.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god." Shut up, Mo.
It's not. It's not. It's only in the first 100.
It is probably about 200.
It's in the first. It's in the first 100 episodes. All right, Malcolm. Damn.
I'm a millennial, so I'm at the YouTube that moment. You know what I mean?
But no. So that
No
one's a good one.
patience.
And then my second moment, which I'm sure you guessed already, is Nico Robin. Like, well, again, when Nico Robin asks for Luffy to save her, and
say you want to live.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that moment again, fantastic One Piece moment. Because like I feel like I feel like with One Piece, obviously it's got great fights. You have a great storyline, but like for me, the gel that makes the show so good is the crew, like Luffy's crew, like so
and
good.
then there's the moment where he's fighting Leopard Man.
Yeah.
And Usopp's just like. We beat him. Come on.
Yeah, right.
Come on, Luffy.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, oh, my heart. And I hate Usopp, but that moment, I was like, listen to him. Move your body. Move. Oh,
Yeah.
Nico's like,
good
roll him
stuff.
over. Roll
Yeah,
him into
right.
the sea. Oh.
Yeah. Great,
Okay.
yeah. So many great moments in One
Sorry.
Piece, but
Now
those are
I'm on,
two
like, a
emotional
whole
ones.
One
Yeah.
Piece thing, and
I'm
like,
telling you, don't.
Chopper's story makes you
Chopper's
wanna
story is
die
great.
inside.
Yeah.
Part
Chopper's story is
2 of
fantastic.
Sanji's story is
Yeah.
super sad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with his family.
And when his sister is like,
Yeah.
"Yo," I was like, "Oh God, my heart! I can't handle this."
Too much emotion. Okay.
Sorry, go
Your
on.
turn, bro.
It's fine.
We're just gonna be balling here, so
Right.
you might as well take over. Lance.
This is supposed to be for like Discord and Patreon stuff, but whatever. Who cares about extra content for money?
Not I. Not yet, at least. We ain't that famous
No,
yet.
but this was fun though. I think one thing I forgot to mention
this
with
was
the
fun. I have so many more moments. What are you talking about?
because it's an hour and 2 minutes and we're closing.
I didn't get to talk about Hunter. Okay,
Yeah,
let me
no.
just talk about Hunter Hunter real quick.
We're at an
Let
hour
me
and
do
three.
You got so many more. Aquaman.
Fine, fine.
We can do a part 2, Chris, even if it's
Okay.
just got to be you and me.
Okay,
Well, yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, y'all can.
Just
do
as
that
Lance trying to cramp our style over here.
at 9:30.
Mr. Time over
PM.
here. The Sandman over here putting us to sleep, sprinkling the dust on our eyes.
Yeah, or the
Sorry.
Sandman getting you off the stage. No, I'm kidding. Would never do that to my friends. But no,
Unless
yeah,
they
we got
suck, I mean.
Yeah, right.
we got to close. But one thing I did forget to mention, the whole thing about anime, is as a means of escape to escape from reality. At least for me, that was like a lot of Toonami came right at the right time for me, and where a lot of things were, a lot of personal things were happening, familial things were happening at the same time, and as all these different police shootings happen and will happen and continue to happen in these court cases that will happen, and you'll get convictions, you'll likely get not a lot of convictions, but we've said that change is happening. But the one thing is that, anime provides a way to cope, escape, to not just simply pass time, but a way for you to kind of redirect your emotions and invest. Instead of constantly being traumatized by everything that's going on in the news and everything that's everywhere, anime is a helper. But anyways. Wanted to leave on that note.
It's a dope final note. I like that.
You know,
That was sweet. That was very sweet.
Thank you. With that said, y'all know the drill. Stay colorful. Peace.